Hello and welcome back to Freedom Seekers. It's Kat and Diesel here. I live in a caravan, I work on a caravan inside and I travel. And today I want to tell you a little bit about challenges of living full-time in a caravan, because maybe some of you think of this lifestyle or you think it's a never-ending holiday. Yes, it is a holiday. Sometimes we get some blissful moments, some beautiful days. Not every day. Like with any lifestyle, there are disadvantages, there are challenges and difficulties. So that's the topic of this video, and if you find it interesting, if it's something for you, leave me a thumbs up and let's dive in. So this is our setup for full-time living in England, in North Devon. We have Bailey 1995 5-berth caravan, we have a full awning and we have a garden. We use windbreaks to create this closed space for our dog. And you may think, wow, this is amazing, this is blissful. It is when the sun is out, when the weather is good and we can relax here. It's absolutely fantastic, but there are some downsides, some challenges, some difficulties. However, they don't put us off enough. And still, even with things which I will mention in a minute, we can't imagine and we don't plan going back to living in the house. So what is one of the biggest struggles for me? I will tell you in a minute. Watch and please let me know in the comments if any of the things you will hear and see today in this video puts you off completely and you think, oh, I couldn't do that, that's not for me. Let me know, I'm really interested what's your perspective. For me, I just take it as it is, I'm alright with it. What's the biggest nightmare of living in a caravan full-time? The biggest nightmare, and something that I really don't like doing, is emptying the toilet cassette, which is here. And it's not plumbed in, your caravan toilet is not connected to any drain, you just collect whatever you do on your toilet is collected in this plastic cassette and it has to be emptied. In our case, it's at least twice a week. So this is just a basic fact of life in a caravan. You have to empty your toilet cassette. If you want to wee in the caravan, you have to take your wee outside and empty it in a chemical toilet point. We don't do number twos because that would be too what's the word? Traumatic. Yeah, traumatic. Emptying a cassette toilet with number twos in it, which were there for a day or two, is definitely not for us, and we would rather go and use campsite facilities than do number two in the caravan, unless we are absolutely desperate. But our age and fitness allow us to have enough time to get to the proper toilet on site. Yes, so that's it. My biggest nightmare, and something I really dislike, is emptying the toilet cassette. So of course there are alternatives like a compost toilet, but we still stick to this, so it's not probably too much of a challenge and hassle for us. Sometimes I empty it, but it's mostly Marek who empties this, my husband. So let me know if it's something for you, if you could do it, and if you live in a caravan or you go caravan, if it's the man who does the toilet. Let me know. It usually is a man who empties the toilet in the household. Anyway, next point on the agenda, next problem. The next problem is keeping your freshwater tank filled up, and luckily we have it automated. We have a little floating thing inside, and this hose is connected here. Water is open all the time, and when the water level drops low, it just automatically fills up. But without this little gadget inside, life would be hard, and we would have to walk back and forth with our aquaroll to fill it up. Not very nice, and something you don't even think of when you live in a house. When you live in the house, you just go to the toilet, you use it, flush it and forget it, you open the tap, water is there. Not when you live in a caravan. It's a bit more complicated. Would that be a problem for you? Let me know. Our awning looks a little bit like a Christmas tree, and I will tell you about these straps in a minute. But just to finish on topic of servicing your caravan, because emptying your toilet cassette, keeping your freshwater tank full and your grey water tank empty is called a service. So we are very lucky because we are on a fully serviced pitch, which means we have our own water tap, electric meter, and we have our grey water drain, so we don't have to empty our grey water tank because we are plumbed in here, and at least grey waste, grey water from the sink and shower goes straight to the drain. We don't have to carry it around the side. So this is some convenient facility. Unfortunately, we still have to do our chemical toilet. So this little setup here, this little point of service makes this life possible and very comfortable for us. Without electricity, I can't imagine living in a caravan full time without electrics. Maybe some people do. Of course it's possible. You could go off the grid with solar panels, wind power and so on, but it would be difficult. It would be just harder. So we are connected to the mains all the time. We have a lot of electric equipment here in our awning and inside, as you can see. We've set it all up like at home, really. We have a fridge, freezer, and a dishwasher, and an oven and so on, heater, blah, blah, blah. But we have to be very mindful of our electricity usage, not only because of the cost, but because of the capacity of installation here on a campsite. So at time, we can only draw 16 amps, which means we cannot have a kettle, 2 heaters, all lights, and a microwave maybe. Probably a conventional microwave wouldn't even work on a typical campsite, because if you use a microwave, you wouldn't be able to use anything else, any other equipment. So this is something we learned hard way. And when we moved into this caravan, I kept forgetting about it in autumn. So, you know, when the heater was on, I wanted a cup of coffee, I turned this machine on, electric just tripped, and we had to go outside and fiddle with the fuse. So it's something you learn. You learn to live low impact lifestyle. Yeah, and being careful with electricity, it's just one of the many things which you have to learn. Right, so just to finish the topic of belts and this strap which keeps the awning strapped down. We also have these additional poles to keep awning secure, because a few days ago we had such strong winds. We were worried about this awning. So in total we have 5 storm belts which give the awning extra security. We had to put our winter belt back on, which we normally only use in winter, but a few days ago it was so bad we had to go back to our winter security setup. Really a big surprise. We've never had anything like that before. So this is another thing and a potential disadvantage to lifestyle in a caravan, living in a caravan full time. You really live outside. And it may be beautiful when the weather is great, when it's sunny and warm and you just feel like you are in a paradise. But when you have a hailstorm, very strong winds like we had last winter, 3 big storms in 1 week, you suddenly feel very vulnerable. You are exposed to elements and you literally fight with elements, because you're trying to keep your own in place. You check your pegs, you check your straps, and it's just a constant battle in the wind and rain and sometimes hail and mud. So that could put some people off. But for us it's just a challenge, and we embrace the challenge, and we know that after storms, spring and sunshine and warmer weather will be back and life will be beautiful again. Look at the surroundings. We have grass here, we have type 1, and generally keeping your caravan clean is a challenge. I could make a separate video about housekeeping in a caravan and what we do actually with Marek to keep this caravan clean. We have a doggy, as you can see here. So this is an extra member of the family with 4 paws, and the dog must go for walks in any weather, so mud, rain, all of this comes back to our caravan on his paws. So keeping your caravan clean is a challenge, and it is a necessity. So I have to admit that when we were living in a house, I've never been too house pride, but to survive on such a small space, you know, 2 adults and a dog, I had to become Caravan proud to make a living, you know, to make it bearable. So when everything is in order, well, it's not perfectly tidy, but it's okay. I spent maybe 15 minutes putting things back in their places before I started this video to make it at least a little bit presentable. But this is a thing, and this is a bit of a paradox of living in a caravan. So everything has to have its own place, and if you don't put things back in their places, you instantly have chaos and a big mess. And if a caravan is messy, it makes you stressed, it makes you nervous, because it makes this space even smaller than it actually is. And it's really annoying, so we hate it. So we try to keep some kind of order in this caravan. And I think if we didn't, we wouldn't be here, because life would be a nightmare. We wouldn't be able to find anything, and generally the atmosphere in the caravan would be awful. So yes, it gets messy very quickly, it gets dirty very quickly, but on the other hand, you can clean the whole caravan and, you know, have a really good deep clean in an hour, with hoovering and dusting every surface, with cleaning your bathroom and so on. So I will tell you a little bit about the bathroom as well. So it's a bit of a blessing in disguise, really. Cleaning, order, tiny space, being organized. So it is a challenge, it is potentially a difficulty, but you can learn, adapt, and you can just deal with it. And you have to deal with it, because if you don't, you will get depressed very quickly. So right in the middle of our caravan, we have a bathroom. We have a shower here. Actually, that works as a shower. You just pull it out and you can use it as a shower. As you can see, we don't use a shower here. I use this as a hook. We don't use a shower in the caravan because we don't want to produce humidity. We don't want it to get wet. And honestly, I can't be bothered with wiping everything after having a shower here. It is small. The bathroom is very small, so we would rather use campsite facilities, which are very modern, very clean. They are cleaned twice a day, and yeah, you use, well, I use shared facilities more. So I use the shared shower, shared toilet, and the washing machine. I use campsite facilities. I find it more convenient, more comfortable. I don't mind using these facilities because I know they are clean, but it looks different on different sites. So I'm very lucky to live on a modern campsite where I'm not worried about using a shower, you know, where I have hot water and everything is clean and nice. Yeah, so that's it. Can you imagine using a public shower? Or would you rather wash here in this tiny bathroom and then spend half an hour wiping everything dry? It's up to you. There is no right or wrong here, and I'm only talking about my experience and how I see things. It doesn't mean this is the best thing. I just want to share my perspective. So let me know, what would you rather do? Would you have a shower here or use shared facilities? Maybe you do already. Let me know in the comments. Kitchen, are you still with me? If you haven't done it yet, please leave me a thumbs up to make sure that I produce another video. Give me some encouragement, people. Okay, this all is relaxing. I still have some work to do here. So the kitchen. The kitchen is small, and given my culinary appetite and my hunger for cooking, I love cooking. But this is not ideal cooking space. So this is your only prep space, really. We don't use this stove. We have one in the awning. And actually we have a kitchen in the awning because I have more space here and I can take this little electric stove outside. I can cook outside. We have a proper fridge freezer here, which makes our life easier. So yeah, caravan kitchens generally small. This is, I don't know, I can't imagine cooking here really in the living room. Now, can you imagine cooking fish or frying something? Not ideal. So we just don't cook. If we have an awning, we don't cook inside. And you do learn to utilize space. So this is the fridge, which we don't use as a fridge. we use it as a cabinet. So generally we worked out where we want to keep everything. We decluttered, however we are still decluttering, we are still looking at things and thinking, do we need it, do we use it? So things are not too bad, we are pretty much organized. This is our main wardrobe, but when something unexpected happens, like now we have a change of seasons, these are my summer clothes and I don't have space for them yet. Because to make space for my summer clothes, I have to get rid of my winter clothes. I packed away all big jackets because we stopped using them a while ago, but look, this cardi can go in storage. I can pack it and maybe put it in one of the cabinets underneath, in one of the lockers underneath sofa, because I will not need them for a few months. I have to deal with this. I have to sort this bag and keep what I want, get rid of what I don't need, wash them, hang them here. I'm ready for the summer. But at the moment I haven't done it yet, so I have a mess. I have a mess because I literally don't have any space on standby in this wardrobe. We only have space for a very few clothes we need and use now, and that's it. So this is something you learn very quickly. And again, something unexpected happens, like this barbecue. We had a barbecue the other day, we bought briquettes. We don't have space for this. This is an unplanned item. It created a mess. It introduced chaos. So now we either have to use it up or put it under Caravan, store it somewhere. So this is the biggest challenge really, when things happen or someone gives something to you, or you are in the middle of changing from winter to spring, you have to organize your junk. So getting rid of things, exchanging things, replacing things, selling what you don't need, buying what's more practical, what's better. This is our everyday life. So another potential inconvenience which we avoided because we bought this particular Caravan is having your main bed in the lounge. And I couldn't imagine putting it up, you know, moving cushions every day to arrange your bed, and then in the morning making it into a lounge again, making it into sofa. This is a no-go for me. So I said from the beginning, Marek, we need some area where we will have a bed permanently. So normally this is a dinette, it could be a bed. Someone claimed it. So this is our bedroom. So we just use a dinette as a bedroom and we sleep here. We've never used the main bed in the lounge and I don't even know how to do it, to be honest. So these are things which potentially could be problems. Another big problem is, I don't know if it's big. It's not big for me, but it may be big for some. Another issue is how other people see us, how they view us. For many people, someone who lives in a caravan must be crazy, mad. Maybe he's a criminal, maybe he's done something wrong in his life. Why doesn't he have a normal life? Why doesn't he live in a normal house? So there are many stereotypes and quite a lot of stigma around caravan dwellers. And I think media have a lot to do with that. Just think how people living in trailers are portrayed in American movies. Usually if someone is visited by the police officer, they are there to arrest him, to arrest a caravan or a trailer dweller. So we see it quite a lot in films, that, you know, people who live in trailers permanently, they must be from margins of society, they are criminals usually, and usually they are arrested in films, they are convicts, they are the ones who committed a crime. So for us, honestly, it doesn't matter. We couldn't care less what other people think. But I know that for some of our friends it was a problem, and maybe not all of our family members understand our choices, and it's okay because everyone has the right to make their own choice. This is the lifestyle we chose and we absolutely love it. So some disadvantages from me. Let me know what it looks like from your perspective, what you think. Do you imagine living in a caravan, living in such a small caravan like we have? Let me know in the comments. I hope that if you are thinking of this lifestyle, you will take a leap, you will give it a go. It's not for everyone, but you will not know till you try. So we'll leave you with that. See you in the next video, and if you haven't done it yet, please subscribe. It matters a lot, and we are looking forward to responding to your comments. See you later. Bye bye.